Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know I'm Robbie the Rummy show, and tonight we got guest DJ Player and Psychopathic. He's going to be tuning in for an exclusive interview for the next 30 minutes. If you have any questions for him or want to call in, feel free to call in, ask any questions. I'll get you on the air, and we're going to get this interview going and go from there. So thanks for tuning in. Yo, you're on the air.
So, what up, Bobby? What's good with you,
Yo,
homie?
What's good, man? Been trying to get you on for a while.
What's that again?
I said, what's good? I've been trying to get you on for a while.
Oh, no, yeah, I know. I seen you hit me up, just
You there? Yep. Really? Yo, Clay, you there? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess one of us were having technical difficulties.
I noticed that. So, what do you say we get on this interview?
Yeah, man, let's get it cracking. I'm ready.
All right, man. So, as of already, we already know you got a couple shows coming up. The Juggalo Jump Off. What's good with that?
Oh, yeah, man. Juggalo Jump Off, it's, once a year it starts turning into Juggalo Jump Off season. And that turns into a span of about that's in a span of about 3 months, 4 months, They're spot shows. That's what makes them so special. It's not a tour. They're shows that pop up in select cities. And I got my next Juggalo Jump Off coming up on the 28th of this month, September 28th, in Cleveland, Ohio. And, we got King Gordy coming in that bitch. We got Bales coming in that motherfucker. We got wet T-shirt contest, wet titties everywhere, and nothing but wicked shit bumping all night, Juggalo drinks and fucking strip poles all in this club. That's how Juggalo Jump Off works. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so it's almost like a gathering, except for it's not more than one day. It's just one big gathering in one night.
Not so much like a I wouldn't say that because I don't have, the entire Psychopathic family there, but they are there as far as I'm spitting nothing but the fam,
All right, so then maybe say like a Hazard Attacks or a Hollow Wicked kind of thing.
Well, it's its own thing, It's a jump off. It's like a jump off kind of thing. It's where the party. It's the true definition of it, and the best way to explain it is a straight up Juggalo party. Everything's Juggalo related.
And if I'm not mistaken, you got something going on this October as well.
Yeah, I believe it's October 12th. It's I got another jump off going on out in Oakland, and we're settling the details for that. And if everything falls in place the right way, that one's gonna be off the hook. I'm gonna bring Kung Fu Vampire out, and have the homie Mars out, and myself, of course, and more wet titties, and and it's gonna be a party out there in Oakland, the Cali style,
Right. So, if I'm not mistaken, you're in works of a new mixtape, right?
If you want to what?
I said, if I'm not mistaken, you're in works of a new mixtape too, right?
In Worcester?
A new mixtape you're in the works of.
Oh, yeah, the new mixtape right now. Yeah. I can't front. Your phone sounds a little shitty right now. But yeah, I'm in the works of a new mixtape right now. I got a lot of craziness going on in this one. A lot of shit that I want to speak on so bad right now, but I can't yet. Because, there's a couple super exclusive interviews I'm going to be doing, letting all the news out, on my website, on my Twitter and shit like that about the new mixtapes as far as features. I'm going to release the name within the next few weeks here and everything like that. But the project is huge. It's one of my biggest mixtapes. And I know I already know it's one of the most anticipated, being as it's been a minute since my last mixtape dropped.
All right. So, out of all mixtapes that you've ever released, what would you say was the most impressed with?
Hey, hold on 1 second, Robbie. I got to light up this blunt real quick.
All right.
You don't mind if I smoke some weed while I'm doing an interview with you, do you?
Nah, man, go ahead.
All right. Well, hold on, wait. All right, now what was the question, Robbie?
All right, so out of every mixtape release that you ever put out with, what would you say you're most impressed with?
Shit, of the tapes that I put out so far, there's not one that I'm the most impressed with, but there is two. I fucking love Let 'Em Bleed 4, and I love Let 'Em Bleed. Those two, I feel like I had the most fun making. As making them, it didn't seem like there was any sort of time gap in between. I kept going. As soon as I started next year, I was done with a lot of fun. And the outcome of those, the outcome of those. There was a lot of great tracks.
What'd you say you were cutting out there?
I was talking about are you having technical difficulties there with your shit, Robbie?
I'm kind of having a problem hearing what you're saying. I think you're losing service or something.
There's no way I'm losing service. I got AT&T, goddammit. Ain't they supposed to have the best coverage?
I got you now, and I got AT&T as well. So
don't lie, Robbie. You got the magic jack.
All right.
I'm busting your balls, bro. But yeah, no, I don't know if did you catch it all about the question you asked about the most impressive one? Because like I was saying, man, Let 'Em Bleed 3 and 4. I've always said it in other interviews with Last, and I'll say it till I die. As of right now, those two are my favorite. Those are the two I was impressed with.
Nice. So I've noticed in a few of your mixtapes that you cut a small verse or a snippet and whatnot. Have you ever thought that maybe in the future to put out your own rap album or anything, or you just gonna stick to doing beats and stuff like that?
No, man. See, the thing is, I do. I was blessed. I'm blessed to be able to do all three of those things. DJ, produce, and rap. So. So from this day forward, I mean, you're gonna see all of those skills being flexed on everything that I do. Yes, I will be working on a full rap album in between making these mixtapes, but my main focus right now is this new mixtape. This new mixtape coming out. That's the main focus. When I got extra time, even at home, when I'm at home late at night, 2, 3 in the morning, I'm an insomniac. You know what I'm saying? I can't sleep unless the birds are chirping for some reason, and that's when I fall asleep. I'm up all night watching movies or writing songs or making beats or something. So, I'll be up late writing a song and be like, yeah, this song will be good, and I record the song and I'll let it chill for a little bit, and if I like it, then I'm going to keep it. And then after so many songs, I'll have an album worth of songs that I think that are great, and then, I'm going to present the album to Psychopathic Records, and hopefully we'll put that bitch out, because I'll tell you what, when I do put out a rap album, it ain't going to be no bullshit, Robbie. It's going to be some real shit, I mean, there's a big response from the Juggalos as far as, like, the solo tracks that I do on my mixtapes. Everybody, I get that question a lot. When you going to do your shit? When you going to do your shit, So, on this past tour, this ABK tour, the Underground Summer Jam tour, I decided that I would, give the Juggalos a piece of all of that, I would start off my DJ set with just strictly DJing, I'll have an intro, then go into DJing, and then halfway into that set, if none of the Juggalos listening right now went there, then I can clue you in on how it went down. It would be like there'd be an explosion, and then I would ask the Juggalos, how many of y'all have ever asked me on the internet, well, when am I going to come do my shit live? When am I going to step out from behind these turntables? And then everybody, the crowd would pop, so after that, I'd be like, well, I'm out here with my homie ABK. It's the Underground Summer Jam tour. I feel like now's the time. And I would step out from behind those turntables, and then my live set would kick in, and I would do the second half of my set all live rap. I did the song Let's Ride that me and Type 9 did together. I did the song Peace the Life. I did just the song I wrote, because I know everybody loves that, Psychopathic from Outer Space 3, and I would do Get 'Em All, the track that me and Jamie Madrox did together, for Let 'Em Bleed Too, and shit like that. So, in the response that I got from the Juggalos, from the fans, it was crazy, I didn't expect the type of response that I got. It was a great response. Everybody loved it when I stepped out from behind them tables and started doing my live show, rapping, So I figured, I'm going to start recording that album in between doing these mixtape tracks.
Right. That'll be dope. I'll be looking out for that in the future. So the Psychopathic, how did it all come about with you, signing with them and doing beats and working with them and whatnot? Like, was it a hookup or something, or did you have connections, or?
When I got with Psychopathic?
Yeah, like how did that all come about when you hooked up with Psychopathic and started doing stuff?
It's a crazy story, man. It's like some shit out of a movie. I swear to God, bro. It's like this. It came about, it's like this. I was a juggalo, you know what I'm saying? I am a fucking juggalo. There's no was to it. But I'm saying I was first a juggalo when I was like 12 years old, I got turned down to ICT. I had one of my homies, it was an older homie. I always hung out with older homies, you know what I'm saying, that were living on my block and shit. And one of the older homies left a cassette tape left a couple cassette tapes. One of the cassette tapes were the Ringmaster, and it was the clear tape with the gold foil, and the other tape that he left was the Riddlebox, So the first tape that I threw in was the Riddlebox, and fell in love with it, and I thought it was the shit. And I was like, wow, who the fuck is this? Who are these guys? I'm hearing ICT rap about streets that I grew up on. I grew up on Military Street. I drive down Central and Vernon every day in Springwell. You know, that's where I live, right there. You know, right now, you know, I'm riding down. You know, as I'm doing this interview, I'm driving right now, smoking this blunt, and you know, I just passed up Springfield, so riding down Vernon right now. You know, and it's just like I couldn't. You know, I'm like, wow, these guys are rapping about my hood, where I'm from, and the music was the shit to me. So I've been a juggler for a long time, and when I say it's like some shit out of a movie, man, it is though, because I never inquired to be, you know, ICP's DJ or to be on Psychopathic Records. I always thought it'd be the shit, you know. I mean, I DJ'd, you know, I DJ'd since I was real young. I was 13 when I got my first pair of turntables, you know, or when my parents were first able to afford my first pair of turntables. I was 13, and I got them bitches, and it was just on from then, you know. So, you know, some years passed, and I'm probably like 16 years old, and I'm DJing a backyard party. You know, it's just somebody's birthday party, you know, and it's in their backyard, and I'm DJing it. I'm a little 16-year-old motherfucker, you know, and so happens to be one of the Rude Boys' relatives' parties. You know, so the Rude Boy comes up to me like, oh man, you're the shit, man, you're cool as DJ. What's your name? You know, I tell him my name's DJ Clay, and he's, how old are you, man? I'm like 16. He's like, holy shit, you're young as fuck, you're just a kid, you know. He's like, you're the shit, man, keep it up, all this and that. And you know, there's a mutual friend that we had, which is it's a nephew to Rudy, and a good friend of mine. His name's Jose, you know. And so he put me in connection with Jose, you know, because we were about the same age. We went to the same school. We didn't really know each other, but we did after that day. Because he was like, man, you should come to Hollow Wicked. You know, you should come to Hollow Wicked. You know, get with Jose, get with your boy Jose, and I'll get you guys on the guest list. And this is Hollow Wicked, what, 99 or 2000, something like that. And I was like, that's the shit. So we went to Hollow Wicked, you know, and after that, I get a phone call from Rudy. Because he calls his nephew, you know, Jose up, and he's asking for my phone number. And Jose calls me and says, yeah, Rudy wants to get a hold of you for a party. So that phone call I get, you know, from Rudy is, do I want to DJ? Would I want to DJ Big Baller's Christmas at IQT at the shelter at St. Andrews? And I was like, sure, you know, sure, of course. You know, he's telling me it's paying. You know, the gig was like $300 or something like that. And I'm like 17 years old at the time, you know, so you got to think 17 years old. If you're booking 2 gigs a weekend at $300, that's a great paycheck, you know. So you know, it wasn't necessarily about the money or not like that, but it was about the gig in general. I was hungry, you know. So I did the gig, you know, and then ever since then, I was called back to DJ every Big Baller's Christmas since then. And I think there was a couple years that I missed that I wasn't able to DJ. But ever since I was like 17 years old, I DJ'd every Big Baller's Christmas. And never personally knew Shags or Jay. You know, I knew like Alex or this, from meeting him a couple times because he'd be the one to pay me, or Jump Steady, you know, Rob Bruce, I knew him because he would come and let me know what's going on, you know, how we're going to run the show that night and stuff like that. And I never knew Joe and Joey personally until the year of 2006 when I got the phone call from Rude Boy once again, you know, seeing if I wanted to go out and be Shaggy DJ for the Fuck Off tour. And I was like, sure, you know. He was telling me it was a nationwide tour. And you can only imagine I was geeked, and I'm only 22 years old at that time. And I'm geeked, like, wow, I could be going on a nationwide tour. And I did the tour. We had a lot of fun out there on the tour. We did the in-store tour first, to where we turned every record store into a little mini club. And I'd be DJing in that bitch. And Shaggy would be at the bar signing autographs. And, you know, we brought all this stuff into the club. I mean, into these independent record stores ourselves. We would build a club inside of these record stores. And believe me, that shit wasn't light. It was all pure fucking wood and steel. And that's when I was paying my dues, lugging that shit in and out, you know, every night. And on top of it, DJing for 6-7 hours, you know. So after the intro tour, we did the real tour, the Fuck Off tour. And that was my first time experiencing, you know, leaving my hood, leaving Southwest Detroit, you know, getting to see the world, getting to see the country and stuff. So after that tour happened, you know, I get a couple months go by and I get a phone call from Shady saying, hey, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Chopping it up, you know. It was, you know, because me and him stayed in contact. We were cool. We always were boys ever since then, you know. And he was like, yeah, man. He was like, Joe, you know, I thought it was the shit, you know. I thought you were real good and everything. How would you like to be our DJ for Hollow Wicked? And this was for Hollow Wicked of 06. You know, and he was like, how'd you like to? I was like, that'd be the shit. I'd love to do that. You know, and at the same time, he was like, we're about to start this new record. It's called The Tempest, you know, and we're going to do a tour for that. And we're thinking about having you come out and be the DJ for that tour. And I was like, whoa, fuck yeah, man, awesome. Yeah, I'm in. So I helped them do the record, The Tempest, and then as the relationship grew, just from being in the studio with them and DJing their shows for them and stuff, they made it official. They you know, they were like, you know, you're officially our DJ, you know, ICP DJ. That's it. And you know, nobody else has had that spot. And I remember they had a DJ for Woodstock before, but I don't know what happened with him. But I guess he didn't work out, you know. So that's the history. That's how I got on with them and stuff. It was just throughout the years, and you know, just being a little young motherfucker behind the turntables, you know.
And that shit sounds like a whole movie it's played out.
I told you from the get. It's like some shit out of a movie, man. It's like from listening to these guys, you know, and being an authentic fan, a juggalo, you know what I'm saying, to being their DJ, to being, you know, I mean, I'm a juggalo through and through. You know, if anybody doubts that shit, you know, they can suck it slow. But
right.
Man, it's like I said, it's like something out of a movie. It's a dream come true, and it's not just out of, you know, me trying to do it and inquiring. I never once applied, you know. It's just you put in work, you know. I was putting in work around here in Detroit, putting out little mixtapes and DJing in clubs, and you know, the name got out there, and you know, I had a small reputation out here in Detroit, and you know, I happened to know the Rude Boy, DJing parties for him and shit. And he's the one that put the good word in with me. If it wasn't for the Rude Boy and my boy Jose, you know, it would you know, things could have went a different way. But because of those two, they plugged me with Psychopathic, and I guess with the skills that I had on the wrist, that all landed in, you know, to work into a result of me being me now, you know.
Right. But we have a couple callers in, and you want to answer some questions from some fans?
Sure, man. I'm always down to talk to the fans.
All right. Yo, 512, you're on the air. 512.
Are you ready?
All right, we're going to cut it off.
Is your caller coming through?
Yeah,
what was that?
Fuck
yeah, DJ Clay's the shit.
Hey, Jug Gang, 2 whoops. What up, homie?
Whoop whoop.
Good, man.
What's good?
I can't fucking tell.
Yeah, you're on the air, bro.
Down.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm talking to DJ Clay right now. Yo, DJ Clay, what software do you use and shit?
What software do I use to record with?
No, not to record with, for like live sets and shit.
For live sets? Shit.
Yeah.
I keep it OG, man. I go out there with just my turntables, you know what I'm saying? And straight up. Like I fuck
shit.
with
That's OG as fuck.
I mean, I keep it OG. You'll see me out. If you ever see me live, just if I'm using the CDJs, you'll see me switching up the CDs. Or if you see me with the vinyls, like back at the Fuck Off tour, you'll see me switching up the vinyls with my Crater records. But I fuck with the Serato also as well. You know, I do it all. Serato's definitely the shit. You know, it's a lot more.
Serato is
it's a lot more. It's a lot more easier.
Now you with ICP. How is touring with ICP? You like, damn, that's so fucking sick.
How is it touring with them?
Yeah, like me and my other Juggalo fucking DJ are like just like, wow. Like, you know how fucking like awesome DJ Clay has it to be ICP's fucking DJ? That's like the most like fucking awesome thing we could ever think of.
Man, well, you know why that's the shit, homie?
What's up?
You know why it's the shit to me? It's because those two guys right there, man, they're like my older brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're always looking out for me, and if I fuck up, they're yelling at me just like they would yell at a little brother, you know. And that's how you know that we're real fans, you know. Whether it's blood or not, we're still fans. They're like my older brothers. I'm like the little brother out the crew, you know. And that's what makes it even doper.
I could totally see them being like that.
Right, and that's what makes it even doper. It's not just on some business shit, you know what I'm saying? We're authentic friends, you know?
Exactly. But, yo,
and on top of it, we get to make dope, wicked shit for y'all.
Fuck yeah, like you got some dope wicked shit to bring you in, just to like be like, wow, this is some crazy shit that I've never heard before. But there's also like a true, even though they're like fucking putting on like a makeup, some mask and shit like that, they also show you that like take off their mask and like show their actual personality and shit. So I could totally see them being like that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, it's like being able to be at work with all your friends, you know, to have the same job.
Yeah. But it's not even a job, it's a fucking passion.
I mean, it is a job because it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. But yeah, it is my passion and my love. It is what I love doing.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm releasing an album this 15th, so I know what you're talking about. Like, today I've been cutting fucking papers, like, all by hand and shit. Fucking going to Walmart, buying the cases, and getting someone to draw the shit. Fucking producing all the music. Yeah, it's work, but it's still, like, everything about it. Like, putting up mic cords and whatever you do. Like, I don't know why, but, like, just putting up a mic cord, to me, is fun. It doesn't even feel like work. It just feels awesome.
Exactly. So you're a musician yourself, then, right?
Yeah, I'm 17 years old. I'm in a group called 360 Asylum. We live in Richmond, Virginia.
That's the shit, man. And you get to do what you love. I'm the same way, man. I'm a super studio nerd. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to technology and equipment, man, I'm all about that shit. I just recently bought some new shit the other day, and I fucking can't wait to wake up in the morning and fucking start making some new beats on that shit.
Oh yeah, I've been making beats all on Massive, GarageBand, Ableton Live, shit like that. But we've been doing like dubstep remixes of Chicken Hunt and just like old school songs of ICP, like just acapellas of ICP, just like throwing this like dubstep spin on it.
That's funny you say that because I started a dubstep remix of Chicken Hunt too. I mean, I guess if anybody wants to do a dubstep remix of any ICP song, the first song that they would choose would probably be Chicken Hunting. So regardless if I execute it or not, I don't know if I'll release it. I'm gonna pick something that somebody would never expect to hear a dubstep remix of.
Fuck yeah, exactly. You never expect like ICP to have like some dubstep shit in it. Like you just be like, wow, that would just blow people's minds. Like yeah, keep doing shit like that, and they'll be blowing up everywhere. What you're doing right now definitely caught my attention.
Hey, well, I appreciate it, homie, you know what I'm saying? And definitely keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, it didn't happen overnight for me, and it don't happen overnight for nobody, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of dedication. Yeah. You gotta really dedicate yourself to what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar for 7 years, using for a while. So, I mean, hopefully, like later on, I'll figure out like where shit like goes down, even if it doesn't.
Hey, well, if you fuck around, when you fuck around and blow up, and the fucking band is just as big as Korn or something one day, don't forget about me. Make sure you hit me up and do some guitar work for me.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm still even. I'm gonna get with homies
too.
Oh fuck yeah. Nah, but just to say that I could talk to fucking DJ Clay, that's the shit.
Hey man, what's the shit to always talk to Sam, dog?
Yeah, that shit comes from the heart though. Something you can feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make something come from the heart and everything, but much love out to you, DJ Clay. I'll let this guy get back to his interview and this shit. So
yeah, it's all good. Hey, you stay up and stay safe, man. Woo woo.
Woo woo. Much love to both of y'all. Have a good night.
Yeah. So what up, Robbie?
Not much about you guys.
I mean, did you forget about me, Robbie? You're kind of quiet over there.
No.
Am I supposed to be hosting this radio show, or are you hosting this motherfucker?
Well, nah, I was hosting, but, it's not every day someone gets to talk to some of the Psychopathic or any of their idols and shit, so.
Hey, it's all good.
That's right.
It's all good, man. We're having fun, we're having fun. I figured that, you hit me up. You were reaching out for a while now to get this interview and shit. And, I said, we finally set the time and date. I hope a lot of the juggalos are able to stream it right now and listen to this shit live. Shout out to everybody that's listening. And that's what we're here for, man, is to have fun and kick it, I know you got some more questions for me and shit, and we can knock those out.
All right,
I ain't scared of no question.
All right, so you've already answered so much of these. It's like, really? What inspired you to want to do music? Like, I know you noted that you were listening to ICP and stuff, but was that your main influence on to what got you to want to do what you do?
I mean, man, that's always a hard question because it's like music itself inspired me, and I know that's a cliche-ass answer, but it's the truth. It's like ever since I was young, I mean, and I guess that's why I became a DJ, too, is because of the versatility that I always had as far as being able to listen to music. Growing up, my uncles and shit, they always listened to rock, fucking Metallica, Pantera, all that, Anthrax, all that heavy shit, and shit like that, and to where all my boys and stuff when I was growing up, I mean, rap was my main shit, just because that's what I was listening to when I was growing up, and ICP was influenced themselves because I was real young when I first started listening to them. So yeah, of course they were influenced, and that's why it comes natural to me to be able to spin the wicked shit, I challenge any mainstream DJ to try to come into my world, and spin the wicked shit and see if it's just as easy as spinning regular hip hop, because it's not. The shit, there's a certain magic to it, you know what I'm saying, to spinning the wicked shit. And you got to know what the juggalos want. You got to, I mean, I could go into any fucking mainstream club where they're playing all the top hits right now and do the same shit that any DJ's doing right now, in those type of clubs and ace it. But those type of DJs can't come into my world and try to spin some wicked shit for the juggalos and make that shit entertaining, you know? Because one thing is juggalos, they ain't scared to call you out. They'll know if you're a juggalo or if you're not. They'll know if you know the wicked shit or if you don't, you know? And then wicked shit comes natural to me. Like I said, it's been in me since I was young as hell. And but you know, so there's a lot of other shit like just DJs around my hood. You know, I mean, there's a lot of DJs around my hood in Southwest when I was growing up. Before I had my turntable, it was mixtapes I used to buy on cassette and shit. Out of the local record stores, you know, just dudes that were around the neighborhood that were older than me putting out mixtapes. It was all like Latin freestyle and shit like that, and club music, and it was shit like that influenced me, you know.
Right. But I actually didn't notice you were running low on time. Is there any setup you want to make?
Damn, is time running out already?
Well, we were going at it for a good half hour and a little after. So.
Oh, shit. I must have rolled this blunt good because this bitch is still burning. I might have fucked around and accidentally rolled up this whole quarter. Whoops. I rolled it in the dark. My bad. It seems like this bitch is never ending. I ain't mad at that, though. Because it's something that should get something icky.
I want to ask you a question.
What's that?
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
No, somebody said something. There's a ghost in your phone, then.
Oh,
maybe it was,
dude, there's another caller in.
Oh, well, let's holler at the caller.
Yo, you there?
Let's see what the fuck he wants butting in on us like that.
Great. Yo, 361.
I'm 361.
Well,
no,
what are you doing?
No, I'm 361.
Well, then what's with the 313? There's two up in here.
No, I'm 361 and 313. 867-5309. Now I'm fucking around. You guys are confused. What up, homie? You live on the motherfucking air, dog. Say some shit. Whoop, whoop.
Okay, well, basically, my name is Rainman, and I know weird name.
What's up, Raymond? I heard everybody loves you.
Oh crap! Do you hear a big echo?
Do I hear what?
Oh, is it me or is there an echo?
It's my phone that has the echo because the feds are listening to us right now. Did you guys forget we're on the FBI list? So that means they are listening.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yes. So being said, to the FBI that's listening right now, I'm smoking illegal marijuana, and fuck y'all.
Well,
all right, now, enough about the fucking whole ass feds that are trying to call us again. Let's get back to the interview. What up, Ninja?
All right, so I got a question to ask you.
What up?
All right, so ever since ICC Juggalos have been on the gang list, two things have been pointed out. They're gonna say we're gonna lose this because ICC does a whole gang-related song, and your song does a We a Gang. What do you have to say about that? I mean, just to clarify all that.
Well, somebody's saying that we can't beat the case because of because of the song ABK did and because of one of my lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been pointing that out. They say we're going to lose the case automatically because of those two songs.
And people, see, that's the problem. People don't see, and most people don't read between the lines. They see the song gang related, and when ABK's rapping about that, you know, he's talking about real shit that happens in the hood. He's not talking necessarily about, you know, he's some sort of gang leader of juggalos or nothing like that, you know? He's talking about what happens in the fucking hood for real, in the hood that he grew up in. You know, the gangs that are real, that really exist. You know what I'm saying? Crips and Blood, Castro, Count. Those are gangs that really exist in our neighborhood, you know? And, you know, that's what that song's based on, you know? And I'm sure ABK will tell you that himself, you know? It's talking about being gang-related. And it ain't talking about, you know, it ain't telling juggalos that we are a gang, you know? It ain't telling us, telling each other we are a gang. And as far as my lyric goes, all you got to do is listen to the whole 2 bars that I rap, because all I say is, in L.A., we's a gang. In New York, we's a gang. In NC, we's a gang. In Detroit, they'll get banged. At least that's what the feds trying to tell me, but there's no way that you ever stopping family. I ain't say nothing about we're a gang. I'm saying that's what the feds are trying to tell me, is that we're a gang. I'm not solidifying that we are. I'm making a mockery of what the feds are trying to call us.
I feel you there, man. I totally feel you there. I just think, like, you know, a lot of people these days are, like, doubting a lot, you know, like, instead of having faith, they're just losing it, you know. They're saying, okay, we're going to lose because of this, because of that, and clearly they lost faith, you know.
Well, the bottom line is, juggalos ain't a gang. So, so that's all the explaining that you need when it comes to backing up your story. You know what I'm saying? When the shit gets serious, when kids, you know, when juggalos start getting CPS called on them because they're juggalos, and when juggalos start catching probation violations because they got the hatchet man tatted on them or on their shirt or something, that's when shit gets real, man. You're fucking with people's lives after that, you know what I'm saying? Their livelihood and their families. Just for what? For being a fan? You know what I'm saying? Kiss didn't go through that bullshit. When you know, when they had the Kiss Army, you know, they didn't go through that type of bullshit. You know, I got a hatchet man around my motherfucking neck right now. And so you mean to tell me that if I get pulled over, you know, I'm gonna get pictures and all that shit taken up? I'm gonna get pictures of my face and of my tattoos and of my hatchet man chain because of that shit? That's bullshit. That's not happening, man. That feds need to be worried about. You know, I'm not pro-gang, anti-gang or nothing like that, but they need to worry about the real gangs that are out there, because we are not one. We're just nothing but a big ass. All we are is a big ass family. That's it.
And I 100% agree with you, man.
The reason why they label us as a gang, yeah, there's a few bad seeds out there, you know, that have done some crazy shit, you know, and happen to be juggalos, but I'm sure those same kids were fans of fucking Tupac as well, or fans of fucking Nirvana, or fucking Hollywood Undead, you know? I mean, just because they call themselves juggalos as well, don't mean that, you know, they went and killed somebody because they're a juggalo. You know, they're fans of other shit too. Shit. You know, because of those few bad seeds, you know, and that still don't give us a bad name because that don't reflect on us. You know, that reflects on them being fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to people just being straight up crazy? You know, why try to link them to something? Oh, what was this kid listening to? What was this kid into? What was he watching? You know, what type of people was he hanging with? Whatever happened to this motherfucker was crazy. A part of his brain's missing. He's stupid as hell. You know, what's wrong with that kid? You know. Hold on, I'm taking another smoke break now. Unless Robbie hung up on me.
Nah, if I hung up, then we wouldn't even be talking.
Because I'm taking another smoke break. Hold on.
So, Rain Man.
Yeah!
So, Robbie.
Chronic